Hey Scorpio, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are sort of just doing a bit of a general reading. I will be pulling some cards for platonic connections as well, so friends or family. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do really appreciate your support being such a small channel. But this week we are using the seventh seal, lenormand. I also have the Inner Child Oracle, and I am also using the Earthbound Oracle. Okay, this is a companion deck to one of the Lenormands and a tarot deck as well, but I'm using it solo today. It is a bit of a cross between the Lenormand and the Oracle decks anyway, so it does work quite well all by its lonesome. But we will be drawing the platonic from that one. But getting straight into it for you, Scorpio. Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know? What's going on for Scorpio? Scorpio. Starting off with the Inner Child Oracle for you, Scorpio. Heart wisdom, okay? Look at that cute little bunny. I quiet my mind to hear the song of my heart. All right, so I feel like for some of you needing to take a moment to yourself to really analyze what it is that your heart truly desires, what you hold love for and passion for and desire for. The song of your heart. What is your song, crying out for you to listen to? What is your heart asking you to really listen to and take on board for yourself there? Because we do also see the star guidance card that does say, I follow my dreams to greater knowing. All right, so once again, looking deep in your heart to find out what that song is telling you about your dreams. What dreams do you hold? The stars really do refer to your wishes, your true desires, those dreams that you want to fulfill in this lifetime, in all aspects of your life. Whatever dream that is for you, what is it? That's deep within your heart that you do truly desire, and following those dreams to greater understanding of yourself and of how you can achieve those things within your life as well. When I do see this card, a lot of the time, the star guidance card, it does talk about, holding that wish, that desire in mind and kind of working your way backwards. So finding the route, finding the steps to get to that by focusing on the end goal. Okay, so what is the desired outcome that you're wanting? What is that wish that you want to come true? And then, working your way back and working out, okay, well, what's the first step I can take in the right direction to get to that outcome? All right, using your dream as a bit of a guidance system to lead you to it. All right, but we'll have a look here, Scorpio, with the Lenormand. Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know? What's going on for our Scorpios? Okay. I feel like I will need something to clarify in a moment, but we'll get to that. Firstly, we have the Sun, okay, and that's come through with the letter. All right, so with the Sun, it is a very happy card. As the first card, it does put a lot of happiness on your reading today. That sensation of warmth and definitely happiness coming through there. The Sun really does reveal things to you as well. It brings things to light, and what's being brought to light, or how it's being brought to light. We have the letter here, which is communication. Okay, so texting, calling, phone calls, emails, phone calls and calling, that's the same thing. But anyway, can talk about talking to someone online, talking in person, some sort of communication that's being revealed to you. It's bringing things to light for you. That may be where we want some how exactly is this, is it just the communication coming to light, or is the communication bringing things to light? Clarify the communication for Scorpio. The communication is clarified by the Coffin card. Okay, so the communication definitely could be talking about, the ending of one phase and the beginning of another. It does talk about death and rebirth. I do feel as though this is kind of some sort of communication that's like, I'm getting that vibe of it's like something that needed to end in order to start something new, to put that energy elsewhere. I feel like that communication for some of you, it could be as outright as somebody saying to you, "Oh, if that didn't finish, you would never have this," or if you didn't end, if you didn't stop doing that thing, you didn't close the lid on the past, or that particular thing, you would never have the energy to go and do this instead. So I do feel for a lot of you, it may be, outright something, a conversation where you're having with somebody about something that ended, that has actually now given you new opportunities. Because we do really see the endings bringing new possibilities. The closing the lid on something is now giving you this brand new opening to go explore something else. All right, so and I am also just getting here, looking ahead at what we're seeing after that there. I am getting that for some of you, but there's a lot of happiness surrounding this. So I don't feel as though this is going to be anything emotionally jarring. But for some of you, this could actually be a physical death that is actually, giving you, because with the letter, that definitely can talk about like a will, like an inheritance type thing. And then we see the house and the anchor. Okay, so you definitely may be getting some paperwork in regard to an ending that's bringing a new beginning to do with housing. So, it could be a death, it could be a divorce as well. So if you're waiting on a divorce to get finalized, and you'll be getting good news in regard to, the house or a house, settlement, those sorts of things coming through here. So we're definitely seeing an ending bringing a new beginning though, and some sort of communication or paperwork in regard to that's being revealed to you. I do feel for some of you that may be an inheritance or a divorce proceedings type thing. All right, because we do have this leading us to this house and anchor energy, okay, which both of these talk heavily about, security, having that sense of security and stability, things that aren't going to move. This vibe of, in the past, you may have felt things have, constantly been moving, and you've had to move house a lot. You've had to, you've felt as though you're not sort of stable. You feel like you're, this leaf floating on the breeze, or whatever Katy Perry said. But it's bringing you that stability and that security in instability, that things aren't going to change. They're not going to move from here. It's quite stable and secure and healthy for you, I feel, with these energies, doubling down on each other there, because, the house is outright stability and security. It can also talk about family homes, actual home related stuff, like a physical house type stuff. But with the anchor there, it does talk about, that sense of, something that holds us steady, so that whatever storm comes, we're not going to float away in the distance. Holding us steady, holding us safe and secure, dependable energy. So this is something, the result of this is going to be, a lot more stability and security for you in your life. So if you've felt, if this is like a job, for example, that we're looking at here, some sort of, news communication about, something, you needed to end that last job to get this new job, and then this new job being so stable and secure that your income is stable, and you're not worried about how I'm going to put food on the table and all that sort of stuff. It's giving you some sort of really big sense of security, and that things aren't going to become unstable for you. So it can talk about a lot of different types of security. So like the financial security, the emotional security. It can just talk about physical security as well. Like you may have had a very tumultuous, like I know when I was a lot younger, I moved house like 30 times in 5 years or something like that. So every time I was living somewhere, there was always this cloud hanging over my head, sort of like, how long is this going to last for? How long is this going to last for? And now I'm actually in a much more permanent residence, where it's kind of like I don't have that anymore, and it's that I've now got this stability and security that I'm not going to just get kicked out at any given moment or anything like that. So, but you know what? If I hadn't have ended that past lease, I would not have moved into this new beginning where it is actually stable and secure for myself. So, just using those things as examples to sort of show you what types of energies this could be talking about here. But for like a lot of you there, this is just that I'm feeling it's just that general sense of security that your life is not going to be pulled out from under you, kind of energy. For some of you, it's definitely a job that's come back up in my brain there, but I am also still getting that, for some of you, this may be some sort of inheritance or divorce proceedings that are actually leading you to, do you know what, I can now start my own family fresh. Like it's all all that's in the past. It's now a brand new beginning where I am stable and secure, and I'm not having to worry about how much money are they going to get off me and all this sort of thing, or like you've inherited a family home and you've now got this place where you can be stable for goodness knows how long. It does feel quite long term there. But I'll just grab a couple more cards and see if there's any advice for you during this. Any advice for our Scorpios? Okay, so we've got the book as well as the ship. All right, so the book is really, I feel like the book is actually telling you, make sure, especially when I see the book coming out in the same reading as the letter, I do a lot of the time feel as though this is talking about checking the fine print, really doing your research, checking the facts of the situation, and making sure we have the biggest knowledge base when it's coming to this issue. Really, researching. We did see right up in the oracle there that star guidance stuff as well. So if this is linked to a true desire that you do have, make sure you're doing your research and checking your facts, and dotting those I's and crossing those T's. Make sure you have researched this as much as you can, so that you have sort of fully manifested that desire in a full whole type of way, using all your wisdom as well as that manifestation stuff. But for a lot of you too, this is talking about a brand new chapter, and starting this brand new chapter in your life where you do have that stability and that security, that that dependability on things not changing dramatically anytime soon for you. And it's kind of like a brand new adventure for you. It may be involving some sort of travel. You may be having to travel to this house. So for those of you who may be moving, it may be a little bit further than you thought you would be moving, that kind of thing. But it definitely can talk about just that sense of all your ships are coming in, everything's happening, and it's like that. All the cargo's loaded up, the ship's coming in, and now all you got to do is just unpack, kind of vibe, that and be just happy in this security, and be willing to start these new chapters and start this new adventure for yourself. It's really just asking you to sort of open up to the new adventure, to the sense of this journey that you're now on. I do feel as though for majority of you, this is just like a journey of your self and your soul and your life, rather than a physical journey. Although, like I said, for some of you where it's actual house related, it may be at a little bit of a distance to where you currently are. All right, but we'll have a look at your platonic connections as well. Scorpio, what's going on for Scorpio with platonic connections? Anything Scorpio needs to know about platonic connections? All right, I'm just wanting one to clarify that third card. Clarify that third card. Okay, so firstly we have the gift card. Okay, so that's kind of letting us know that, with the gift energy and platonic connections, that, for some of you that may directly be related to this other energy that we're seeing. Like I said, some sort of inheritance definitely could be received as a gift type thing as well. But for a lot of you, this is like reminding us to give as much as we receive from platonic connections. It may be a good time for you to actually be gifting somebody something, but I do feel for a lot of you, this is you receiving gifts. So, especially it's Scorpio season, right? So it's your birthday season. Of course, you're getting gifts at the moment, but it does feel for a lot of you that this gift, this stability that we're heading into is a gift from the universe saying, happy birthday, Scorpio. I'm going to give you stability and security, that everything's nice and stable and moving forwards in a lovely, stable kind of way for you. Because the gift energy there, it also does, especially too, it's come out with the intuition card next to it there. So for some of you, it is you relying on the gifts that you've been given from the universe as well. Things like your intuition and really starting to trust in those a little bit more, especially when it comes to, those wishes, those true desires, those dreams that you want to follow. Listen to your heart. Listening to that song of your heart, using your gifts, using your intuition in a really good way here. Now, the next card I do have with your intuition there is the deceit card. Okay, so use your intuition to make, like I said with that that other energy before about checking the fine print and checking that all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. I feel like that's this energy here as well. So using your intuition to make sure we're avoiding deceit. I do feel as though it's just avoidance of deceit, and really, really, I did have that clarified by the Tower. So back to that heart guidance card, where I quiet my mind to hear the song of my heart. The Tower reminds us to, spend some time in quiet contemplation to really make sure that we are listening to our intuition and, steering ourselves clear of deceit. Okay, so I do feel that for some of you, there may be this energy of, I don't feel it that I don't feel that deceit's actually touching you. It's kind of that be wary of energy, and you using your intuition will steer you clear from that. So if you're taking that advice and listening to that and listening to yourself, your heart, your intuition, you're not going to have to worry about this. But it's kind of also reminding us that don't deceive yourself. Okay, it can talk about, that self-deceit stuff. So really actually taking the time to ourselves to listen to what our heart truly desires, and make sure we're not deceiving ourselves about what it is that we do truly desire, especially in relation to, what we desire from our platonic connections. Do we need people to, be our friend in a certain way, those sorts of things, and with that intuition there, I feel that you guys have got this. You already got it. It's just a matter of listening to yourself when it comes to that, and you will avoid that. But spending some time to yourself, and really making sure you've got your foundations built strong with platonic connections, and you will avoid that deceitful energy anyway. All right, and that deceit, it's not always necessarily deceit or a huge betrayal. Sometimes it's just bad advice that comes through with that deceit card as well. All right, so your intuition will steer you in the right direction when it comes to avoiding that. All right, but that's what we have for you today. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, but hopefully I'll see you all again soon.